The Meridian fleet's formation wavered. Their tactical computers, unable to process the hybrid nature of Earth's defenses, began to fail. Ships designed to fight quantum battles found themselves trapped between states, unable to target weapons that existed in multiple phases of reality simultaneously. Last chance, Chen broadcast. Retreat now, recognize Earth's sovereignty, and we can discuss peaceful cooperation between equals. Stay and find out just how many more surprises we've prepared. For a moment, the massive fleet hung in space, their crystalline forms catching the light of Earth's sun. Then, one by one, they began to vanish back into hyperspace, not in panic, but in careful, measured retreat. And that perhaps was humanity's greatest victory. They had not just survived first contact with the Meridians, they had earned their respect. As the last ship disappeared, Chen turned to Maya's hologram. They'll be back again, but not as conquerors. Next time, they'll come to negotiate. Maya nodded. And we'll be ready for that too. After all, humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our preparations. It's our ability to adapt, to combine the old with the new, to find solutions no one else would think of. Across the solar system, humanity's hidden strengths began to power down, but remained ready. They had revealed some of their capabilities, but not all. The Meridians would return, and when they did, they would find that humans had even more surprises waiting. Because if there's one thing humanity had learned in 50 years of preparation, it was this: always keep something in reserve. The quantum void shimmered like oil on water as Dr. Maya Patil made the final adjustments to Project Oracle. In the 3 months since the Meridian fleet's retreat, humanity had been far from idle. They knew the crystalline beings would return, not with weapons this time, but with something potentially more dangerous: diplomacy. Quantum signature detected, the AI assistant announced. Meridian diplomatic vessel approaching solar system boundary. General Chen's hologram materialized in the laboratory. Are we ready, Dr. Patil? Once they enter the system, we'll only have one chance at this. Maya nodded, her fingers dancing across the quantum interface. Project Oracle is online. The moment they initiate diplomatic quantum protocols, we'll have access to their entire neural network. They won't be able to hide their true intentions. The Meridian vessel that emerged from hyperspace was smaller than their warships, its crystalline structure designed to project harmony and peace. But humanity had learned to look beneath the surface. As the ship approached Earth orbit, thousands of hidden quantum sensors analyzed every fluctuation in its structure. First Speaker Axis Prime's transmission resonated across all frequencies. People of Earth, we come in peace. The recent misunderstanding has led us to reevaluate our approach. We wish to discuss mutual cooperation and exchange of knowledge. In her Australian command center, Maya activated Project Oracle. The quantum void generators created a subtle field that intersected with the Meridian's neural networks, allowing them to read the crystalline being's true thoughts. What they found confirmed their suspicions. They're planning to infiltrate our quantum networks, Maya reported. They believe if they can gain access to our systems, they can corrupt them from within. Classic Meridian strategy. When force fails, use subterfuge. Chen smiled. Perfect. Initiate the quantum gambit. Earth's response to the Meridians appeared gracious and welcoming. They invited the diplomatic vessel to dock with the International Space Station, seemingly exposing their most vulnerable orbital facility to potential infiltration. The Meridians, believing they had found their opportunity, accepted. As the crystalline vessel connected with the station, they began their subtle attack. Quantum tendrils reached out, seeking access points into Earth's networks. But what they found defied their understanding. This is impossible. Axis Prime transmitted to their ship. Their quantum architecture, it's organic. It's alive. Maya's voice came through their communication system. Did you really think we'd just copy your technology? Humans have always been good at thinking outside the box. While you were perfecting crystalline quantum systems, We were growing organic ones. The truth hit the Meridians like a physical blow. Earth's quantum networks weren't just technology. They were a hybrid of machine and living tissue, created by combining quantum principles with genetic engineering. When the Meridians tried to infiltrate these systems, they found themselves facing not just security protocols, but an immune response. Across Earth, hidden quantum facilities powered up. Weapons platforms emerged from underwater bases and lunar caves. The carefully maintained facade of a primitive species fell away, revealing the truth. Humanity had spent half a century preparing for this war, and they intended to win it. In orbit, the quantum-enhanced defense grid continued its silent watch, ready for the inevitable return of the Meridians. Humanity had drawn first blood in this conflict, but everyone knew it was just the opening move in a much longer game. The real war was about to begin, and Earth intended to show the galaxy exactly what happens when humans get mad. The Meridian High Council's emergency session sparked across quantum space like shattered crystal. The defeat of the inevitable progress, even a temporary one, was unprecedented in their 1,000-year history of expansion. The human response had been impossible, unthinkable, and yet undeniably real. They hid their true capabilities. First Speaker Axis Prime's thoughts rippled through the quantum network. The question is not how they acquired quantum technology, but why they chose to conceal it. Deep within a secret facility beneath the Australian outback, Dr. Maya Patel watched the quantum interceptors track the Meridian communications. After the crash landing 50 years ago, humanity had learned not just the Meridians' technology, but their psychology. Their crystalline minds were brilliant but rigid, following patterns as fixed as their physical forms. They're reacting exactly as predicted, she reported to General Chen over the quantum-secured link. Their entire society is based on technological superiority. The idea that a primitive species could deceive them is causing widespread instability in their neural networks. Chen's hologram nodded. Then it's time for Phase 2. How soon can the Lazarus protocol be ready? Maya pulled up the classified files on her quantum display. Project Lazarus had been humanity's most closely guarded secret, even more than their mastery of quantum technology. While the Meridians had been watching Earth's visible technology, humans had been studying something far more powerful: the space between spaces. The quantum void generators are primed, Maya confirmed. When their fleet arrives, they'll find something they've never encountered before: weapons that exist in the gaps between quantum states. Their crystalline technology can't defend against what it can't detect. The warning came 3 days later. The quantum sensors detected a massive hyperspace disturbance. The Meridian battle fleet, exactly as anticipated. But humanity was ready. As the crystalline armada emerged into normal space, they found not a panicked primitive world, but a solar system transformed. The seemingly primitive orbital habitats revealed their true nature: massive quantum void generators that bent space itself. The asteroid belt became a killing field of quantum phase torpedoes, and Earth's moon, thought to hold nothing but basic research outposts, unveiled the massive particle cannon array hidden beneath its surface. High Admiral Vero 12 watched in disbelief as their advanced scouts were torn apart by weapons that shouldn't exist. Impossible. Their quantum technology is crude, recently acquired. They cannot have developed void manipulation. In her command center, Chen allowed herself a grim smile. We never had to develop it ourselves, she transmitted directly to the Meridian flagship. We just had to understand it. You see, Admiral, the crashed ship that gave us quantum technology. They also gave us something else: the complete technical specifications of your entire civilization. The revelation hit the Meridian fleet like a physical blow. Their quantum networks blazed with panic, an emotion many of them had never experienced before. Humanity hadn't just prepared for their arrival. They had spent half a century specifically designing countermeasures for every Meridian technology. But the true shock came next. From hidden bases across the solar system, humanity's secret weapon emerged: hybrid chips combining Earth's primitive technology with quantum systems in ways the Meridians had never imagined. Chemical rockets provided thrust, while quantum fields bent space. Ballistic weapons fired projectiles phased between quantum states. Each vessel represented a fusion of technologies that the Meridians had considered impossible to combine. "You relied too heavily on quantum tech." Maya's voice joined the transmission. "You forgot the value of simple physical solutions. But humans, we never put all our eggs in one basket. We took your quantum technology and made it better by making it impure." The Meridian warship Inevitable Progress emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in impossible patterns. High Commander Vero 9 observed the scattered signs of human civilization through the ship's quantum sensors: crude satellites, basic space stations, and primitive chemical rockets. Their scans showed a technological level barely past planetary constraints, exactly what their advanced scouts had reported. Another species trapped in their own limitations, Vero 9 transmitted to the bridge crew, neural patterns rippling with what passed for amusement among their kind. "Begin standard subjugation protocols." The Meridians had conquered 1,000 worlds this way. Their quantum-based technology and near-immortal crystalline forms made them virtually unstoppable. Lesser species were given a simple choice: submit to Meridian rule and gradually be uplifted into their crystal-based society, or face extinction. None had ever successfully resisted. "Attention primitive species," the automated message began broadcasting across all frequencies. "Your civilization has been deemed insufficient for independent existence. Submit to Meridian authority for your own betterment. Resistance will result in immediate correction." In her underground command center 3 miles beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Sarah Chen watched the alien transmission with studied calm. Around her, the combined Earth Defense Force headquarters hummed with activity, but no one showed signs of panic. They had trained for this moment for decades. "Well," she said to her assembled staff, "they're right on schedule. Status of Operation Longshot." Colonel James Martinez, her head of special operations, pulled up a holographic display. "All pieces in position, General. Quantum shielding is active across all major cities. The Trojan Horse satellites are in perfect alignment. Just waiting for your word." Chen allowed herself a small smile. The Meridians weren't the first advanced species to visit Earth. 50 years ago, a dying member of another spacefaring race had crashed in the Atacama Desert. In exchange for helping them die peacefully, they had given humanity a warning and a gift: knowledge of the Meridians and their weaknesses. "Send our response," Chen ordered. Across Earth's orbit, thousands of seemingly primitive satellites suddenly activated hidden quantum cores. The Meridian sensors registered the power spike too late. Their supposedly impenetrable shields, based on quantum manipulation, encountered something impossible: human-made technology that could speak their language. "High Commander," one of the bridge crew transmitted an alarm. "The primitives, they have quantum technology, but our records showed no sign. The first wave of Earth's attack didn't target the Meridian ship directly. Instead, carefully calibrated quantum pulses created a cascading feedback loop in the crystalline being's neural networks. For the first time in their 1,000-year conquest, the Meridians experienced something entirely new: pain. Vero 9's consciousness fractured as impossible sensations coursed through their crystalline form. "How?" they broadcast. "You are primitives. You use chemical rockets. You. Let me explain something about humanity." Chen's voice came through their communication system, calm and clear. "We're really good at playing possum. Those chemical rockets, perfect cover for a species preparing for your arrival. Those primitive satellites, Trojan horses packed with quantum tech we reversed engineered. We've been ready for you for 50 years. The Meridian ship's weapons powered up, but Earth's defense grid was faster. Quantum-laced EMP pulses designed specifically for crystalline technology washed over the vessel. Across its hull, impossibly advanced systems began to shut down. "Here's your choice," Chen continued. You can retreat and spread the word that Earth is off limits, or you can find out what other surprises we've prepared. Your species isn't the first to try conquering Earth, but you could be the first smart enough to avoid learning why that's a bad idea the hard way. For several long moments, the massive alien vessel hung motionless in space. Then, its engines flared to life. The inevitable progress turned and vanished back into hyperspace, leaving behind only a lingering quantum signature and a very important lesson. Appearances can be deceiving, especially when it comes to humanity. In her command center, Chen turned to Martinez. They'll be back, and in greater numbers, but this time they'll be cautious, uncertain, and that's exactly what we need. She activated the global command channel. All forces, this was just the beginning. Operation Longshot Phase 2 begins now. Let's show the galaxy why you should never underestimate human ingenuity. Your crystalline technology is perfect, Maya continued. And that's its weakness. It can't adapt, can't evolve. Our organic quantum systems, they learn, they grow, they change. Right now, they're not just blocking your infiltration. They're learning from it. Across the station, the Meridian's quantum probes were being absorbed and analyzed by Earth's living networks. Each attempted infiltration made the defense systems stronger, more resilient. The hunters had become the hunted. This was never about diplomacy. Chen joined the transmission. You wanted to find a weakness in our defenses. Instead, you've helped us make them stronger. Now, would you like to try actual diplomatic relations? As equals. The Meridian vessel hung in space, its crystalline surface reflecting Earth's light. For the first time in their history, the Meridians faced a species that hadn't just matched their technology. They had transcended it in ways the crystalline beings had never imagined possible. Axis Prime's response came slowly, weighted with new understanding. Perhaps we have much to learn from each other after all. As the diplomatic crisis resolved itself, Maya began analyzing the data gathered by Project Oracle. The Meridians' attempted infiltration had revealed much about their quantum technology, information that would help humanity prepare for whatever came next. Because despite this peaceful resolution, she knew this wasn't the end. They'll be back, she told Chen. Not as enemies this time, but as wary potential allies. They've realized we're not just worthy of respect, we're capable of surprising them. And in their experience, that makes us either a valuable friend or a dangerous enemy. Chen nodded. Then we'll be ready for either outcome. After all, humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our weapons. It's our ability to turn any situation to our advantage, even an attempted infiltration. Across Earth's organic quantum networks, new defenses grew and evolved, strengthened by the very attack that had meant to weaken them. Humanity had turned the Meridian's gambit against them, proving once again that underestimating humans was a dangerous mistake. Deep beneath the Himalayas, representatives from every nation on Earth gathered in the Global Defense Council's primary chamber. The massive quantum hologram at the center of the room showed the positions of Meridian vessels across known space. They were moving, gathering in numbers not seen in their 1,000-year history. General Chen stood at the podium, addressing the assembled leaders. The Meridians are preparing something unprecedented. Our quantum sensors detect activity across 12 neighboring systems. They're not just sending a fleet, they're mobilizing their entire civilization. Dr. Maya Patel's hologram appeared next to her, neural interface glowing softly. The attempted infiltration of our organic quantum networks revealed something crucial. The Meridians aren't just interested in Earth anymore. They're afraid of what we represent, a species that can take their technology and evolve it into something new. That threatens the very foundation of their society. The chamber erupted in multiple languages, quantum translators working overtime to keep pace with the discussions. From this chaos, patterns began to emerge, not discord, but a symphony of human ingenuity. Dr. Yuki Tanaka from Japan's Advanced Science Division stepped forward. Our quantum organic interfaces have detected a pattern in Meridian communications. They're not just gathering ships. They're altering the fundamental structure of their crystalline technology. They're trying to adapt. Then we'll show them what real adaptation looks like. Dr. Kwame Osei from the Pan-African Science Coalition added, "Our biometric quantum labs have successfully merged traditional healing practices with quantum technology. We can now grow defensive systems that don't just react. They anticipate." The Brazilian delegate activated a tactical display. The Amazon quantum forest is ready. Our organic computer network spans thousands of square kilometers, hiding in plain sight as natural vegetation. If they try to scan Earth's surface, all they'll see is trees. One by one, nations revealed their contributions to Earth's defense. China's quantum mechanical factories hidden in mountain ranges. Russia's hybrid ice quantum processors beneath the Siberian permafrost. Australia's desert-adapted organic computing systems. Each piece was unique, drawing on local knowledge and cultural perspectives to approach the challenge differently. "This is humanity's true strength," Chen declared. "Not just our technology or our determination, but our diversity. Every culture, every tradition, every way of thinking adds another layer to our defense. The Meridians understand quantum physics, but they don't understand us." The quantum alerts came 3 days later. The Meridian fleet emerged from hyperspace not in traditional battle formation, but in a crystalline pattern never before seen. Their ships had changed, adapted, becoming more organic in nature, a direct response to Earth's biotechnology. But Earth was ready. As the massive fleet approached, humanity's combined defenses activated. The Amazon quantum forest reached skyward with tendrils of pure energy. Siberian quantum ice shields formed patterns that defied physics. The Australian desert bloomed with defensive systems that existed in multiple realities simultaneously. They copied our organic technology, Maya observed from her command center, but they don't understand its true power. They see it as just another weapon. They don't realize it's an expression of who we are. The Meridian fleet's first transmission was not an attack or a demand, but a question. "How?" the crystalline beings asked. "How do you maintain coherence with so many different approaches? Our attempts to replicate your organic technology led to chaos, system failures. How do you prevent collapse?" Chen's response was broadcast globally, letting every human hear her words. "You're asking the wrong question. The chaos, the differences, the contradictions, that's not a flaw in our system. It's the source of our strength. Humanity doesn't succeed despite our differences. We succeed because of them." Across Earth's quantum networks, a new pattern emerged. The various defensive systems, each designed by different cultures with different philosophies, began to harmonize. Not by becoming the same, but by complementing each other. Japanese precision merged with African adaptability. Chinese scale combined with Brazilian organic integration. Russian resilience enhanced Australian flexibility. The Meridian fleet hung motionless, their sensors overwhelmed by the complexity of Earth's defense network. Their crystalline minds, despite their attempts at adaptation, couldn't comprehend a system that grew stronger through diversity rather than uniformity. "Your civilization spans thousands of systems," Chen continued, "all identical, all perfect, all unchanging. Ours is just one world, but it contains countless perspectives, endless possibilities. That's what you're really afraid of, isn't it? Not our technology, but our potential. Because unlike your perfect, crystalline society, we never stop growing, never stop changing, never stop becoming something new." The response from the Meridian fleet was unlike anything in their recorded history. We request to learn." As the tension of imminent conflict faded, Maya turned to Chen's hologram. "They finally understand. The very thing they saw as our weakness, our diversity, our chaos, our constant change, is actually our greatest strength." Chen nodded. "And now the real challenge begins, teaching a crystal how to dance." Across Earth, The combined defensive systems remained vigilant but shifted focus. The quantum forests, ice shields, and desert networks began adapting again, preparing not for war, but for something the Meridians had never truly experienced before: cultural exchange. Humanity had not just survived the Meridian challenge, they had changed it into an opportunity. Because that's what humans do best: take the impossible and transform it into the inevitable. 1 year after the Meridian fleet's historic request to learn, Earth had changed in ways no one could have predicted. The crystalline spires of a Meridian embassy rose from the heart of Geneva, its structure a stunning blend of alien geometry and human architectural principles. But the real changes ran far deeper than mere buildings. Dr. Maya Patel stood in her quantum lab, watching the latest experiment through protective fields. Before her, a human-designed organic quantum processor interfaced with a Meridian crystalline core. The combination should have been impossible, like mixing oil and water. Instead, it was creating something entirely new. "The fusion is stable," she reported to the gathered observers, both human and Meridian. "The organic components are actually strengthening the crystalline structure, while the crystal matrix is enhancing the organic processing speed. They're not just coexisting, they're evolving together." General Chen, now Earth's primary liaison with the Meridian civilization, studied the readings. "Just like our societies," she noted. The past year had seen unprecedented changes in both human and Meridian culture. The crystalline beings had begun experimenting with variation in their previously uniform society, while humanity had gained new appreciation for the beauty of perfect order. But not everyone was happy with these developments. Across both civilizations, resistance had grown. Some humans feared losing their identity to alien influence. Some Meridians saw any change to their perfect society as corruption. Tension built beneath the surface of cooperation, like fault lines waiting to shift. The warning came from an unexpected source: the hybrid quantum crystal processors themselves. The organic components detected a pattern in quantum space that the crystalline systems recognized as a threat. A third civilization had been watching the human-Meridian exchange, and they had drawn all the wrong conclusions. Multiple quantum ruptures detected. The Global Defense Network announced, "Unknown design pattern, not Meridian technology." The vessels that emerged from quantum space were neither crystalline nor organic. They were something mechanical, ruthlessly efficient. Their message was simple: both humanity and the Meridians had shown themselves to be too dangerous to exist. Their unprecedented cooperation threatened the galaxy's balance of power. But the attackers had made a crucial mistake. They had waited too long, allowing humanity and the Meridians to forge something stronger than either civilization alone. "All defense systems, activate," Chen commanded. Across Earth, the combined might of human and Meridian technology responded. Quantum forests pulsed with crystalline energy. Meridian ships, their perfect forms now enhanced by organic components, moved in formations that would have been impossible a year ago. Maya's voice carried across the quantum network. "They thought our differences would make us weak. They didn't understand that we had learned to make them make us strong." The battle that followed would be remembered in both human and Meridian histories as the moment two civilizations truly became one without losing themselves. Human adaptability merged with Meridian precision. Organic quantum systems danced with crystalline perfection. Every strength was amplified, every weakness covered by the other's capabilities. The unknown attackers found themselves facing not two separate forces, but a seamless integration of both. Their mechanical predictability couldn't cope with strategies that combined human chaos theory with Meridian quantum mathematics. Their attempts to exploit weaknesses in either system failed against defenses that covered each other's vulnerabilities. Victory came not through overwhelming force, but through something the attackers couldn't comprehend: the power of genuine cooperation between fundamentally different ways of being. In the aftermath, as the hybrid quantum crystal networks tracked the attackers' retreat, Chen and the Meridian High Speaker stood in the Geneva embassy, watching Earth's sunset paint the crystalline walls with rainbow light. We thought we were teaching you. The high speaker communicated, their crystalline form resonating with new patterns of thought. But you were teaching us as well. Our perfection meant we couldn't grow. Your chaos showed us how to evolve without losing ourselves. Chen nodded. And your stability helped us channel our chaos into something more powerful than either of us imagined possible. The real victory isn't that we survived. It's that we proved different kinds of life can do more than just coexist. We can help each other become better than we were. Maya's hologram joined them, her neural interface now incorporating crystalline elements. The hybrid processors are showing something interesting, she reported. The fusion of our technologies isn't just creating new capabilities, it's opening up possibilities we never imagined. We're detecting quantum patterns that suggest there are other ways of existing that neither of our civilizations ever dreamed of. Then we'll explore them together, Chen said. Because that's the real lesson here, the real victory. When humans get mad, we don't just fight back. We change the rules of the game. We turn enemies into allies. We find ways to make the impossible not just possible, but inevitable. As night fell over Geneva, the crystalline spires of the embassy glowed with internal light, their pattern a perfect blend of meridian geometry and human artistic expression. It stood as a symbol not just of victory over an enemy, but of victory over the assumption that different means incompatible. The price of this victory hadn't been measured in destruction, but in the willingness of both civilizations to change, to grow, to become something more than they had been. And that, perhaps, was the greatest victory of all, proving that when humans get mad, we don't just win fights. We transform them into opportunities to build something better.